Yeah, their wall is unfinished, that wall that we saw on Hard Knocks. The coach wants the locker room to believe those things that he just said on the back end. But can the Jets actually rebound from this without Aaron Rodgers? Kyle, there is actual football to be played with a different quarterback besides Aaron Rodgers.
Come the Cowboys. Take that for a second, though. Hold on. I want to get to this early, and I want us to be early in this as a show. I strongly, strongly believe that Aaron Rodgers will be the Jets quarterback next year. I think he is coming back. I think he will rehab. I think we have to do. I do not think he's retiring. A lot of people say he's done. He's going to be 40. I do not think that. I've heard people say he is a quarterback about reading the signs of life, and when you get hurt in 5 seconds, it's the signs telling you it's time to be done. I disagree. I think he's about overcoming obstacles, doing things on his term. I think he decided in that blue tent that he will be coming back next year. And when we are sitting here in September next year, I believe Aaron Rodgers will be the starting quarterback for the New York Jets in 2024. I feel very strongly, and I want that to be said clearly. So next year, when we're right, we'll know it. In the meantime, it's going to be really rough. I was asked just today, do you think they know what they have in Zach Wilson? I think they know exactly what they have, and I think that's why they got Rodgers, and I think that's why they did this and did that. I also think they might have Eric Dickerson at running back. Like that Breece Hall experience the other night, what the hell was that? It's way below the fold because of everything else that happened, but he looked electric. They have an offensive line. I don't know if they can pass protect or not, but they can run, and this guy's dynamite. That's his first carry since his own injury. And then the second carry we'll get to eventually. I mean, I think he ran to Manhattan.
Watch. If they show the second carry, and this might be it, watch Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's celebrating.
I know what it is.
He's not blocking, and it's like, he could have gone the house.
All right, so people are on this.
No.
This is a great point.
Oh, no.
So Breece Hall is so fast. Here's an 83-yarder.
Watch
Garrett. Here he comes.
Up right now.
On the bottom of the screen, he said, "We got it. We got it."
I blocked the guy, dude.
I know. Take his ankles
And at
out.
the end of the run, he realizes he has his hands on his helmet. If I blocked him, we would have housed that sucker. That's a young player, but like young, really talented players. Zach Wilson, I don't know if he's one of them, but it's handoff, play defense, handoff. And we should have done this yesterday. Can we have the clip? Will you just give us just a little taste back in 1999? Just give us a little Dick Vermeil right now. Please roll it for us. Come on.
We will rally around Kurt Warner, and we'll play good football.
That's all we need to hear. You know how it happened. Trent went down. Kurt came out. Now he's our colleague, and he has movies and all that kind of stuff. Kurt, I don't know if Zach Wilson's going to be the American underdog. I don't know.
Let's go, Zach.
See, there was mystery about Kurt. We hadn't seen him. We've seen some Zach. It's a little different, but Robert Saleh, we will rally around Breece Hall, and we play good football. What do you say, right?
Yeah, look. Hey,
All right, Coach.
That Vermeil clip, is special to my heart. I do it basically every week, too, after someone goes down a week. Every preseason after there's an injury. If you're a fan of the show, you've seen that clip more on this show than you have on NFL Films history.
Dennis Quaid did it in the movie.
We
it was really good.
That clip of Vermeil. And yet, this one happened in the game. Think about what happens. Rodgers goes down. They're down at half. They won the game.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like... Think about that locker room and how they rallied together around each other in real time around Zach and found a way to beat the Bills. This wasn't beating a smaller team that was coming from. This is their arch rival Bills, who were division champions 2 years in a row. Yeah. And with Zach Wilson, they came back from 10 points and they beat him after finding out the news that, hey, your quarterback is most likely done for the season. I know the reports he's not officially done. It's going to be. And then they come out the next day and, Saleh could have said, we're going to explore every option we possibly can. And fans, we are going to be dedicated to that. Don't you worry. We're going to call on Matthew Stafford. We're going to call on Kirk Cousins, who has a 1-year deal, and we're going to see if the Vikings will get... We're going to stand behind Zach. And why are you writing an obituary on us? Somebody said for that, this is going to be a lot about Saleh right now. I think Saleh is going to be important. I also think it's going to be a lot about Nathaniel Hackett right now.
Yeah.
This is a guy who flew under the radar. Okay, I'll latch back on with Rodgers and I'll rehab my image and maybe I'll get some positive buzz, but it's mostly going to be Rodgers and I'll be there with him. Here's the full kitchen sink. When Saleh took the job, he said he gave the offensive duties to Hackett. It's Hackett's offense. Now Hackett's going to be able to prove, okay, it didn't work in Russell Wilson and it didn't work in Denver. But if he can get this other Wilson, if he can get Zach Wilson going, and they can get an actual offense going, you better believe we'll start forgetting about what happened out there in the Rocky Mountains. We're going to start talking about what a wonderful job Nathaniel Hackett did. He hasn't done anything yet. This is an opportunity for him to show his worth, and it's an opportunity for Zach Wilson to also rehab his image. I think it could be a cool story. I don't know how far it goes.
I love where you're going with that because you have Hackett, you have Todd Downing, who came over from the Tennessee Titans. Both of them leave. The Titans lost 7 straight last year. He had whatever went on the plane, the whole 9. And then Hackett, you mix that in. This opportunity is one thing when Rodgers is a coach. Is another thing where now here's where you earn your checks to go coach Zach Wilson in this offense and try to figure it out. But I look at Zach Wilson, and yes, he hasn't been good in his Jets career so far, but the entire preseason, offseason, he got a chance to be around greatness. Does that mean now all of a sudden, just because he was hanging out with Aaron Rodgers in the meeting room or he was joking with him on the sideline during a preseason game, that now he's going to be the next great thing and he's going to be Kurt Warner? Absolutely not. He can still go out there and throw 3 interceptions in a game and be bad. But you hang out with greatness enough, maybe it rubs off on you. Aaron Rodgers continues to drop gems. Maybe he scoops up a few of them and are able to put them in play. The expectation wasn't for Zach Wilson to play this year, but you look at what the NFL is. You never know when your opportunity is going to come. For some, it comes a lot sooner. For others, it comes later on. Geno Smith last year took advantage of his opportunity. When you let too many opportunities slip by, the next thing you know, you're out of the league and you're hoping that somebody will sign you. You heard RG3 talk about it yesterday. He put himself, he put Cam, and he said, we could still be playing. We'd be a distraction. I don't know about that. But at the same time, you look at it, when those things go by, you're like, dang, but I was the starter. I got a second go round. I got a chance to be around Aaron Rodgers. For Zach Wilson, obviously, we all know it. This is a big moment. He has to take advantage of it. Something had to transpire throughout that preseason, that being around Rodgers, that being around Hackett, that learning the game from a different angle. He has to be better this year. And I love Salah rallying around him and saying, we believe in him. We trust him. We've watched him grow throughout this offseason. He has to put it in play because I don't know if there's going to be another opportunity to do so.
I look at one guy. I look at the one guy that Hard Knocks gave the Tony Soprano treatment to. And I thought at the time, editorially, it was not the right selection when they gave him the Tony Soprano treatment. I thought it should have been Rodgers. But watching Robert Saleh go through all of the emotions that we saw on Monday night, I felt like I was living. I mean, this is immediately after the injury. This is, let me coach through this game. I'm fighting for my guys. There is jubilation. There is frustration. There is shock. This man wears his emotions on his sleeve. I respect that about him as a coach, as a human being. He has been honest with everybody moving forward. I mean, I felt like I was on this wild ride. Respect the director for showing him as much as he did. And then the celebration, and that's how it ends. If anyone is going to align this team properly, you can do the X's and O's, you can do this, you can do that. This is a long emotional season for anyone who is involved. We saw it with the Bills last year. If this man can get this team on the right track moving forward emotionally, he's a hell of a head coach. And that's not, have a remarkable season. It's get him back on track and get the players in a right mind space.